Good morning. This is May the 15th, Thursday 2025. We are in BBIS second semester compulsory English class, where yesterday I quickly tried to survey the essay, and I think towards the second half of the essay what I did was I stopped surveying each paragraph because I didn't have enough time, and I quickly took you through the headings. And I'm sorry to say that I could not present the details because of time. And then I had asked Fiona to present the conclusion section, and Fiona can also talk about the whole essay if she remembers. You can put her questions if you want to. She will try to answer. And once Fiona finishes her presentation, then we'll move to the next unit, which contains a poem, The Flea by Donne. We will study the poem after Fiona's presentation. So let me first cover the camera lens before she comes here. Fiona, you can come. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. I am Fiona Marsden, and I am presenting on the summary of the essay, Adapting to a New Culture by Young Yeon Kim.
If you need pen, here is, I guess, if you need.
In this essay, she has described the adaptation process as a joint interactive venture, where strangers and the host environment co-influence the dynamic and fluctuating experiences of stress, adaptation, and growth.
Could you elaborate this idea? Could you explain this idea? The one that is highlighted. What do you mean by interactive venture? Adaptation is interactive means what?
Means like the strangers and the host environment communicate with each other, and if they do not understand each other's culture, then it leads to stress. And
one meaning of interactive is that suppose you are American, the host culture, I'm Nepali, the guest culture, right? So when I interact with you in America, for example, you influence me, I influence you. The host culture also influences whether somebody adopts slowly or fast. For example, you read about the idea of host conformity pressure, host receptivity pressure, host communication competence, these ideas. That means the host culture, the American culture, can contribute in the adaptation process as well as the individual can contribute. Both parties can contribute to this process. That's the meaning. Yes.
And she also says that adaptation occurs naturally and most easy to those strangers who are more engaged in direct and continual interactions with the host environment.
Could you highlight these three words? Engaged, direct, and continual interactions. So look, for faster adaptation, do you see this essay is written keeping foreigners in view, those who come to America, and this writer is telling the foreigners, non-Americans, how they can adopt American culture fast or any culture fast. So one is engaged. If you go to a foreign country, talk a lot to people, be in places, right? Second is direct and continual interactions. Always interact so that you can grow or you can adopt faster. Yes, go on. As you read a point, when you come to presentation, one thing I expect from you is that here is a point given in the book, read that point, but your job as a presenter is elaborate on the point. That elaboration part is your creativity. That elaboration part is your ability. The more you can elaborate, the better impression you give. The less you can elaborate, people will think, oh, ke gareko padirasa matre. So don't give this impression, keep padyo matre. Elaborate on the idea. Fine, go on.
At the heart of the adaptation process are communication activities that link strangers and the host environment. Meaning that
Circle the word communication activities. So that phrase is very important. What contributes adaptation very strongly? Communication activities. Now you should be able to understand what does the phrase communication activity mean. Communication activity does not only mean talking to someone. Communication activity means a person interacting with other people. Even if you go for shopping, that's a communication activity. You go for watching movie, that's a communication activity. You go to play a game, that's a communication activity. All the behavior that you do in a foreign culture, that whole thing is communication activity. Because every time you do something, you talk. Have you observed? We can never do anything without talking. Whatever we do, we talk, right? Talk is always accompanied with action. So communication activity means being involved in actions. Yes.
and through these interactions, strangers become more functionally fit and psychologically healthier.
If you locate the main idea in your presentation, you can omit the details and you can move on to the next main idea. You can hop from main idea to main idea and explain.
Functionally fit and psychological healthier by experiencing the stress, adaptation and growth. And the quantity
Circle this. This is very important. Class, you should realize that this concept is stress, adaptation, growth, dynamic. This is very important. You should be able to explain this because in the examination, if I'm setting a question, for example, I'm examiner, I'm setting a question. Chances are I'll pick up this idea and put a question. So as you read the essay, you should be able to scan and filter and know which ideas, which concepts in this essay are important. And teachers can ask questions and prepare accordingly. For example, this is very important. What is stress, adaptation, growth dynamic? At the end of paragraph 7, if you remember, at the end of paragraph 7, there is a graph, there is a figure you wrote. That vertical line, horizontal line, and the middle line is stress, adaptation, growth. As you go through stress and adaptation, you grow. Yes, go on.
Now, what is crucial for successful adaptation? For successful adaptation, the quantity and quality of strangers' interpersonal and mass communication skill and the development of the host communication competence are more crucial. And as strangers participate in various forms of interpersonal and communication skill, they are either encouraged or discouraged by the host society as well as their ethnic community. And the three environmental conditions that most influence the strangers are the host receptivity, host conformity pressure, and ethnic group strength.
Briefly explain all the three terms.
Host receptivity means when the native population welcomes the stranger and supports them in spite of the different culture and all. And host conformity pressure means in return the native population expects the stranger to adapt to their culture instead of just their previous one. And
so in suppose you are American and I am Nepali. So in host receptivity, it's about you. You receive me, you welcome, you accept me. So I feel comfortable talking to you.
Yeah.
In conformity, now I'm under a psychological pressure. In America, I should behave like Americans. So receptivity, host conformity is about the guest, the foreigner. Receptivity is about the host, the American. Yes. And what is ethnic strength, group strength?
Ethnic group strength means people of same ethnicity providing support to the stranger in order to cope with the initial stress and anxiety from.
Okay, for example, you go to America, you are Nepali, then you look for organizations of Nepali people in America, and you become a member of that organizations. In the weekends you go for picnic with them. You are always with them. That gives you support, right? Yes.
And for optimal adaptation, as I said before, native populations should support the strangers, that is the receptivity, and in return, they expect the strangers to conform to local norms, that is the host conformity pressure. Furthermore, strangers' own preparedness for the new environment, whose ethnic background are more similar and whose personality is more open, stronger, and more positive, are better able to facilitate the adaptation process. If a stranger's personality is more open and more strong and more positive, and they take initiate in more activities, then only they are able to better adapt. Otherwise, they will not be able to adapt.
Do you realize one thing in this essay? You should thank the writer. It is so well written. The conclusion section, if you read that section only, you understand the whole essay. If you don't have the time to read the whole 12 pages, you read just the last page. Everything is well summarized with points. Yes.
And to achieve successful adaptation, a stranger must be willing to face the stressful experiences of coping with the uncertainties and anxieties in the host society. And they need to learn new communication habits while letting go of their old ones. And they must also recognize that the host communication competence as a fundamental mechanism.
What is host communication competence? I don't know. Explain. What is host communication competence? I'm Nepali, you are American, or let's say they are Americans and we too are Nepali in America. So what is host communication competence?
I think it means to adapt to the host culture and communicate. Like, for example, if you're an individualist and I'm a collectivist, and if I'm talking to you, then I should also adapt the values and views of an individualist.
Okay, competence is your ability to do something efficiently and effectively. You read in the previous essay, if you remember. Competence is doing something efficiently, effectively. Now, communication competence is speaking efficiently, effectively. Host now, how efficiently, how effectively Americans speak. You have to learn that. You have to be like them. Right? Yes.
And further, the strangers should also take advantage of opportunities to participate in interpersonal and mass communication process of the host society. And they must also work toward achieving a greater openness, strength, and positivity. Adaptation is an interactive process involving both strangers and the new environment. The host society can facilitate a stranger's smooth adaptation by being accepting and supportive, as well as providing communication training programs that would help facilitate the stranger's acquisition of the host community competence. And further, ethnic communities also plays a vital role in the early stages of resettlement, as they provide support systems to assist new arrivals in coping with stress and initial uncertainties. But at the same time, if a strangers were to rely on ethnic community for a long time, they would eventually limit opportunities for them to adapt.
When you are too much with your own community, you ignore the host community and you adapt slowly, right? If you are not too much in touch with your own people, then you are more in touch with the foreigners. You learn, you adapt very fast.
And the adaptation of long-term immigrant is a vital interest to the host society as well. Communication allows host society to build up mutual trust and goodwill among its diverse ethnic and cultural groups, and also maintain the necessary societal unity and integrity. And if these host society and the strangers and ethnic cultural groups have a common channel of communication, it enables consciousness and cooperation among all of them, and communication then makes it possible to merge the incoming new members into a cohesive organization.
So do you see one important thing in this essay? Ideologically, the writer of this essay has soft corner for the immigrants. The writer of this essay maybe is a Democrat, not a conservative person, because he ends the essay by saying that we should merge the incoming members in a cohesive social organization. So she has a welcoming attitude to immigrant people in America, right? Yes. Give her a big hand. Thank you. Okay, so now let's move on to the next unit. Which unit is it, or is the same unit? Which unit is it? Let's check the curriculum. So we are in unit 4 now, right? So far we have 4.59, so 13.5, 14, 21, 21, 28.5. We have consumed 27 classes so far. So we are slightly lagging behind the curriculum by 2 or 3 hours, I guess. But in this unit, we will finish it faster than the allotted time. So we begin with the theme negotiation and persuasion. Okay. So the theme of this unit is negotiation, persuasion. I give you 5-minute time in a book. In 5 minutes, quickly read the poem silently. Read the poem silently, quickly. Please read the poem in 5 minutes. Yusuf, I said read the poem, not talk to the friend next to you. You should follow the teacher in the class. I said read the poem. Okay, look at me. Stop reading, look at me. This is a different genre. So far you read essays, right? Now you have arrived at poetry, a poem. Now, there are two significant aspects of poetry. One is the sound or musicality. That's about the ear. Your ears should feel that cadence or the musical quality of the words. Second is imagery. That is more about the eyes. What pictures, what images the poem creates as you read. So we'll read the poem, I'll read the line, And the whole class, these 35 people, like a nursery class, you will sing with me, you will follow me, you will sing after me. Not very loud, not very low, with medium voice. Sing it beautifully, okay? Listen to me first. Let me finish the line. I pause, you sing. Okay? Are you ready? And very cautiously listen how I read it. Mark but this flea, and mark in this. You didn't read together. If 35 people pronounce every word at the same time, automatically this class will turn into an orchestra and we'll have a beautiful. I want you to hear the sound of the poem. Maybe you haven't done this in previous classes, so it's something strange to you. Once again, mark but this flea, and mark in this. How little that which thou deniest me is. It sucked me first, and now sucks thee. And in this flea our two bloods mingled be. Thou knowest that this cannot be said. A sin, nor shame, nor loss of maidenhead. Yet this enjoys before it woo. And pampered swells with one blood made of two. And this, alas, is more than we would do. Oh, stay, 3 lives in one flea spare. I do not see that energy in you early morning that a poetry requires. Reading a poem is an exercise of energy. Your reading should come from within your heart. You should enjoy reading. You're reading as if I'm forcing you. Okay. Oh, stay, 3 lives in one flea spare.
Oh, stay, 3 lives in one flea spare.
Where we almost, more than married are. What makes you laugh? By now, do you feel you are getting the meaning of the poem? No? Then what makes you laugh? I want to know what makes you laugh. I'm happy you are happy. I'm happy you are happy, but take it seriously also, reading. We are reading for a purpose. I want to hear you, the musical quality, the metrical pattern, chanda. Oh, stay 3 lives in one flea spare, where we almost, more than married are. You are not able to orchestrate it together. Have you seen orchestra? 500 musicians play each note at the same time. That effect. I want to hear that effect. Okay. This flea is you and I, and this. Our marriage bed and marriage temple is. Though parents grudge and you we are met. and clustered in these living walls of Z. Though use make you apt to kill me, let not to that self-murder aided be. And sacrilege 3 sins in killing thee. Cruel and sudden hast thou sins. Purple thy nail in blood of innocence. Wherein could this flea guilty be? Except in that drop which it sucked from thee. Yet thou triumphest and sayest that thou findest not thyself nor me the weaker now. It's true, then learn how false fears be. Just so much honor when thou yieldest to me. Will west as this flea's death took life from thee. Now we'll read the whole poem again, but we'll read together and we'll not pause at one line. We will begin and we will stop only when we finish the whole poem. Okay? It will be a, let's say, 2-3 minutes longer reading. Okay, are you ready? And this time, the pitch of your voice will be a bit higher, slightly higher, not as low as you were earlier, right? Let me see that you are full of energy. Ready? Okay. So as I read, you all also read with me. Don't follow me. Read along with me. 1, 2, 3, start. Mark but this flea, and mark in this how little that which thou deniest me is. It sucked me first, and now sucks thee, and in this flea our two bloods mingled be. Thou knowest that this cannot be a sin, nor shame, nor loss of maidenhead. And pampered swells with one blood made of two. And this, alas, is more than we would do. Oh, stay, 3 lives in one flea spare, where we almost, more than married are. This flea is you and I, and this our marriage bed and marriage temple is. Though parents grudge and you, we are met and clustered in these living walls of jet. Though use make you apt to kill me, let not that self-murder aided be. And sacrilege 3 sins in killing 3. Cruel and sudden hast thou sins, purpled thy nail in blood of innocence. Wherein could this flea guilty be, except in that drop which it sucked from thee? Findest not thyself nor me the weaker now. Now, much earlier you stopped reading, right? And you cheated the teacher. See, sometimes I feel like you do not know how to enjoy life. You people do not know how to enjoy life. One way of enjoying life is opening yourself completely and giving yourself unto something. As you read the poem, you should be absorbed into the poem. You should feel every foot, every feet, every beat, every stress, every rising sound, every falling sound. You should feel the words. Now, I want you to sing the whole poem again. I'll just listen. Because I want to listen the poem as an orchestra. 35 people will sing like an orchestra. Everybody will pronounce every word at the same time. With full of energy, you can make gestures, you can even you can even beat drums. See the see the metrical pattern of this poem. It is iambic pentameter and tetrameter. What is penta? Penta means how many? Penta means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many? 5. So there is, let me just 1 minute. The basic component of a poem is foot or feet, as plural as feet. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you will see that out of these 4, 2 feet are stressed and 2 are unstressed. So this is unstressed, stress, unstressed, stress. Soft, hard. Unstressed. Mark but this flea, hard. Mark but this slow. Mark but this low voice, without stress. Mark but this flea. So when you read flea, the air should come from deep below the lungs. Flea, and your belly should go inside. Your belly should get in. Flea, not flea. Right? If you read properly, you will feel the rhythm in the body. Poetry is felt in the body if you read properly. So let's read. I love reading it, right? So let's read. This time do not cheat. Okay? Follow me. And give me same energy that I'm bringing in the class. Okay. Ready? Mark but this flea and mark. Read along with me. Read with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Mark but this flea and mark in this how little that which thou deniest me is. It sucked me first and now sucks thee, and in this flea our 2 bloods mingled be. Though now wait, still you need to improve. Look, when you read aloud, focus these words with stress. Like, listen to me. Mark but this flea and mark in this how little that which thou deniest me is. See my stress. I put extra stress on the word flea, on the word this, on the word little, on the word deniest, on the word is. It sucked me first. Pay attention how I read. I don't say it sucked me first. I say it sucked me first. and now sucks the. Your ears should realize the alliteration, the rhyming pattern. The rhyming pattern. This is the, be, said, head, woo, to, do. See this pattern. This is A, the, B, said, head, C, woo, to, D. This is called rhyming. This is called, rhyme means two similar sounds at the end of the word. Okay, can you read with me? If I stop reading, you follow. Continue, because I want to hear your voice. 1, 2, 3, start. Mark but this flea, and mark in this how little that which thou deniest me is. It sucked me first, and now sucks thee, and in this flea our two bloods mingled be. If you sincerely read, you will enjoy. You will start feeling the music quality in the poem. Music is universal language. People like music. So I request you, produce the music through your vocal cords by reading properly. Next stanza. Where we were? Yeah? Okay. Thou. Thou means you. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. Thou knowest that this cannot be said a sin, nor shame, nor loss of maidenhead. Yet this enjoys before it woo, and pampered swells with one blood made of two. And this, alas, is more than we would do. Oh, stay. Wait. As you read a poem, a poem is not read line by line. A poem is read sentence by sentence. For example, look here. The sentence begins here, mark, right? And there is a comma. Where is full stop? Here is full stop. So you will pause only here. You will pause only here, right? And what I felt you were reading, I see that you do not give a pause where there is a pause. What do these pause means? These pauses mean dar dum dar dum dar dum dar. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. See the beats. I don't know music. I don't play drum also. I don't know. I have no knowledge. But I can feel that musicality. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Variation. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So that pause is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, pause 3. So wherever you see a comma, give a pause to your voice and then move ahead. I want you to learn how to read a poem. Okay? We have 15 time. Come back from beginning. And I want your voice with full energy. I don't get the right word that is said. You know, as you read Shakespeare's poem, for example, his tragedies, there is a lot of pressure here. Because Shakespeare chooses strong words. And as you pronounce them, you have to bring the air from the belly, from the lungs, deep in the lungs. And there is a kind of exercise of the body. You might get triceps, biceps if you read the whole poetry. I don't know, right? Because I can feel that stretch in the belly as you read honestly. Okay, let's read. 1, 2, 3, 4, go. Mark but this flea, and mark in this how little that which thou deniest me is. It sucked me first, and now sucks thee, and in this flea our two bloods mingled be. Thou knowest that this cannot be said, a sin, nor shame, nor loss of maidenhead. Yet this enjoys before it woo, and pampered swells with one blood made of two. And this, alas, is more than we would do. Oh, stay, 3 lives in one flea spare, where we almost, more than married are. This flea is you and I, and this our marriage bed, and marriage temple is, though parents grudge, and you we are met and clustered in these living walls of jet, though use make you apt to kill me, let not to that self-murder aided be, and sacrilege 3 sins in killing 3. Cruel and sudden hast thou since purpled thy nail in blood of innocence, wherein could this flea guilty be, except in that drop which it sucked from thee? Yet thou triumphest and sayest that thou findest not thyself nor me the weaker now. It is true, then learn how false fears be, just so much honor when thou yieldest to me. Well west as this flees, death took life from me. Now I'll go down, move around the class over there, and the whole class with very high voice will, for the last time, read the poem from beginning. Ready? I won't sing this time. This time you are not going to read the poem, you are going to sing the poem. So are you clear? You will not read, you will sing. And you can use your palms to follow the beat if you like to. Let the class be noisy, no problem. But one condition, all 35 people will pronounce every word at the same time. Ready? Shall we go? 1, 2, 3, go.
Mark what this mean, and mark in this, how little that which thou deniest me is. It sucked me first, and now sucks me, and in this flea our two bloods mingled be. Thou knowest that this cannot be said, a sin nor shame nor loss of maidenhead. Yet this enjoys before it woo, and pampered swells with one blood made of two. And this, alas, is more than we could do. Oh, stay, 3 lives in one flea spare, where we almost more than married are. This flea is you and I, and this our marriage bed and marriage temple is. Though parents grudge and you we are met, and clustered in these living walls of jet, though use make you apt to kill me, let not that self-murder added It's true, then learn how false fears be. Just so much honor when thou hearest in me. With grace as this please left to fly from thee.
Okay. Okay. Honest questions with honest answers. Honest answers. Did you understand the poem? No? Anybody raise your hand? Anybody, if you feel, I got the poem, raise your hand. Okay. Did you enjoy reading the poem? Look, we didn't understand, but we enjoyed. Music doesn't need to be understood. We enjoy. Right? Now, I don't want to teach you the poem. There is somebody in the poem, right? In every poem, there is a persona. There is a persona. There is a speaker. A story has a narrator. A poem has a speaker. Right? And when there is a speaker, no doubt there will be hearer. There will be hearer. Right? So in this poem, someone is speaking to somebody. Someone is speaking to somebody and saying something. So there is someone talking to somebody and saying something. Something. So someone is saying something to someone. I have a crazy question. Raise your hand if you can take my question and answer. A very crazy question. Raise your hand if you can take up a crazy question. Says, sir, I'll answer your question. I have a question. And I want to see who can take up my challenge. I'll ask a very mad question to you and you will answer my question. Hello? You ask me a mad question, I'll answer you. Okay, ask me a very crazy question, I'll answer it. Ask me a crazy question. Whatever it is, I'll answer it. As honest as possible. Ask anything to me, I'll answer. I have no hesitation. Ask me personal questions, ask me public questions, I'll answer. Okay, I come to you. Okay, the crazy question is, you have a girlfriend. Imagine you have a girlfriend. Right? And you want to date today somewhere, and you called her and she is not willing to date today. How will you convince her to date? Suppose she is your girlfriend. Imagination. How will you convince her? I said I'll do something crazy in class. Take it easy. How will you convince her? No idea. I want someone in this class who is so creative, who can cooperate me by saying, I'll convince this way. Who? Okay, Cyrus. Do you have a girlfriend in this class?
No, sir.
No. Okay. So your girlfriend says no for the dating today. How will you convince her?
Dating?
What will you do to convince her?
I have no experience on that.
You have no experience. Does anyone in this class have experience of dating? Who in this class can cooperate me? Okay. Teaching is two-way transaction and you need to cooperate me. I'm not able to make you understand. In this poem, a young man is trying to convince a young lady to have sex. I repeat, in this poem, a young man is trying to convince a young lady to have sex. And tomorrow, I want to have a talk program here with, I believe, 5 chairs. And I'll randomly choose 5 people. And if you, I hope you have no problem with the camera on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You 5 people make a team this afternoon and together study the poem. Use Google Gemini or Chat GPT or anything, or even my notes are there. You can see the notes. And fully prepare the poem. Understand each every word. Read everything. Google, Gemini, everything. Even my notes. And come as a teacher. There will be 5 chairs there. And what you will do, you will talk about the poem, not teach the poem to the class. You won't teach the class. You won't look at the class. You will talk about the poem. So you design how shall we talk. For example, he can come up with the questions. He will put questions to him. He will answer. He will put questions to him. He will answer. Each of you 5 people divide what sections shall we talk about. For example, he can talk about the meaning of the poem. He can talk about the argument in the poem. He can talk about the conceit. He can talk about the metaphor or something. You read my notes in the book, you will see what elements. Or simply go to Google Gemini and ask, tomorrow we have a talk program in the class on John Donne's poem, The Flea. And our teacher has chosen 5 of us and he wants us to run a talk program on the poem. And please Gemini, can you give me a plan how we can run that program in the class tomorrow? And Gemini will give you a plan. There will be 5 people in Gemini and Gemini will tell you do this, and follow. And then come with that plan. Sit over there and we will listen to you. And we'll make the class like we're in talk program. So you 5 will be scholarly sources for us tomorrow. We will depend fully on you to understand the poem. Okay, are you ready? Take it easy. I'll be here after the class. If you need any help, give me a call, meet me, I'll guide you. Okay? I'll be here for you after the class is over and I'll be available to guide you if you need. Right? Thank you so much. Thank you.